Welcome to Simply Scottish. I'm your host, Andrew McDermott. Today, Scottish author Kirsty Strange helps us celebrate Christmas with a reading of her Scots translation of the classic poem, The Night Before Christmas. You've never heard the famous poem quite like this, with the distinct sounds of the Scots language and a sprinkle of Scottish humour. We've got that plus a few lovely songs to enjoy, so grab the kids and enjoy this episode of Simply Scottish with your whole family. Our opening music combines the fiddle playing of Bonnie Rideout with the sound of the Highland bagpipe. From the 1996 album A Scottish Christmas, this is O Come Emmanuel and God Rest You Merry Gentlemen. Let's listen together. And a hearty welcome back to Simply Scottish. I know it's been a wee while since the last episode. Honestly, if I could spend time with you every single week, I definitely would. But Simply Scottish isn't my day job, it's a labour of love, and I do it when I can. Between episodes, you can enjoy the extensive archive of now 93 podcast episodes and counting, and you can get in touch with me to let me know where you're listening from and what your connection to Scotland is. That's why I do the show, after all, to help build and connect fellow Scotland lovers across the globe in celebration of the qualities espoused by Scots and Scottish enthusiasts everywhere. You can reach me by email at andrew@simplyscottish.com. That's andrew@simplyscottish.com. I'm also on X, formerly Twitter, with the handles @McDermott and Simply Scottish on X. Don't be a stranger. Let's connect. The poem A Visit from St. Nicholas was first published anonymously in New York's Troy Sentinel newspaper on December 23rd, 1823. And that's 202 years ago to the day that I'm recording this. It was most likely written by American author and scholar Clement Clark Moore, who wrote it originally for his own children before it was sent to the newspaper anonymously by a friend. The poem was quickly embraced by New Yorkers and later the American public at large after it was anthologized. It has been set to music multiple times and read or recited in numerous films over the years. The latest movie to do so actually is likely one that I just watched. It's called Red One, which references the imagery of St. Nicholas made famous in Moore's poem. And by the way, that movie does provide an interesting possible solution to the conundrum of how Santa gets so many toys into so many homes in just one night. And more importantly, I think Red One also shows what it looks like when people take seriously things that are not of the natural world, as one of the main characters puts it. In any case, the poem, we've heard many times, is now available in a Scots translation, courtesy of Scottish author Kirsty Strange. It's available as a book in hardcover and softcover, published by Whirlybird Book Company. Kirsty has also recorded her translation as an audiobook, and I'm pleased to share that with you today. Let's set the stage with a lovely track from Siobhan Miller. From her 2020 album All Is Not Forgotten, this is While the Whole World Sleeps.
Across the bay, sail towards another day. One hand on the wooden wheel, while the whole world sleeps. Lighthouse lonely on the hill, cold and grey the town is still. How limitless the ocean seems, while the whole world sleeps. See the lights across the bay, sail towards another day. Catch the wind in canvas wings, while the whole world sleeps. Watch a gentle falling star as we move out beyond the bar. Leave nothing but our wake behind, while the whole world sleeps. Far behind our troubles, slowly sinking, the world still spinning round. We're just drifting, 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 while the whole world sleeps. Drifting, drifting, while the whole world sleeps. See the lights across the bay, sail towards another day. Each one flickers, then is gone, while the whole world sleeps. Sky begins where ocean ends, reflect each other like old friends. Slowly move towards the sun, while the whole world sleeps. Far behind our troubles, slowly sinking, the world still spinning round. We're just drifting, 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 while the whole world sleeps. Drifting, drifting, while the whole world sleeps.
the nicht afore Christmas, when all about the hoose, nae creature was stirrin, no even a moose. The stockings were hung by the old lum with care, in hopes that old Santae soon would be there. The bairns were nestled, all snug and cosy, where dreaming of sugar plums felt like a bosey. And Ma in her headscarf, and I my cap, had just settled down for a lang winter's nap. When, out on the lawn, I heard such a clatter, I jumped from my bed to see what was the matter. Awa to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The licht of the moon, o'er the snow on the ground, gave a bonny wee glow to objects around. When, what to my wondering een should appear, but a toty wee sleigh and 8 teeny reindeer, with a beaming old driver, sae jaunty and quick. I knew in a jiffy it must be Saint Nick. Mair fleeting than eagles, these reindeer set down, and he called out their names to a jolly wee tune. New Dasher, new Dancer, new Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. New Dasher, wah, Dasher, wah, Dasher, wah. As dry leaves that afore the whooshy wind fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. See up to the hoose-top, the coursers flew awa, with a sleigh full of toys and old Santae and all. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each clompy hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the lump Santae clattered in with a bound. He was dressed on fur, for his head to his foot, and his clays were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he deeked like a peddler just opening his pack. His een were pure twinkly, his dimples were merry, his cheeks were all rosy and his neb like a cherry. His droll wee mouth was bow-like and all, and the fluff on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke had gathered round his head like a wreath. He had a broad coupon and a wee round belly that jiggled when he chuckled like a bowl full of jelly. He was tubby and fluffy, a richt jolly old elf, and I roared when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his een and a jink of his head soon let me ken I had nothing to dread. He didn't blether about and strict to work, and stuffed all the stockings, and then spun with a jerk, and lay on his finger aside o' his hooter, and gieing a nod, up the lum he scootered. He jumped on his sleigh, to his gag gied a whistle, and awa they all flew, like the doon of a thistle. But I heard him call back, as he whisked out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good nicht.
That was author Kirsty Strange reading her Scots translation of A Visit from St. Nicholas, or The Night Before Christmas. Get a copy of her book and other things she's written at whirlybirdbooks.co.uk. That's Whirly, W-H-I-R-L-Y, bird, books.co.uk. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you and your family have a wonderful Christmas and a blessed New Year. And while you're waiting for a new episode of Simply Scottish, feel free to dive into our online archive of over 90 episodes. That's around 40 hours of music and features to enjoy. You can find that in your favourite podcast player or at simplyscottish.com. And just a reminder that Simply Scottish is now available on YouTube, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible, and all the rest. I'll leave you with recent music from band Church Street Shuffle. Musician Neil Ewart's innovative and daring compositions are deeply entrenched in the rich heritage of Scotland's west coast. The band's name pays homage to the vibrant nightlife of Inverness, where musicians shuffle between venues on Church Street, sometimes playing in 3 different locations in a single night. The album's name, The 5-Day Weekend, harks back to an old expression referring to the musician's lifestyle during the winter months, where the weekend would extend beyond the conventional working life. The song is called Loch an Dún. For Simply Scottish, I'm Andrew McDermott. Thanks for listening.
Simply Scottish is hosted and produced by Andrew McDermott. Show content, copyright Simply Scottish Media. All music is used with consent of copyright holders. Continue your Simply Scottish experience at simplyscottish.com. Thanks for listening.